MAD LUCRATIVE. Yeah.
I remember when I first got started, there was a million people who doubted. But now that the years have passed, it seems that y'all can't live without it. Lord, they keep rushing on, because I knew it all along. The Illuminati is out to get me, because I'm a threat to them. I'm a threat to them.
Y'all already know what time it is when I open it up like that. Welcome to MAD LUCRATIVE Podcast, episode 11. I'm here. Thank you. So listen, I got a whole lot of stuff to address, cause niggas been on 10,000. I can't even hold back too much this episode, because it's just been so much bull that I done seen. So anyway, welcome. This is episode 11 of the MAD LUCRATIVE Podcast. I am your host, Magneto 7, the one and only. All right, so I hope y'all week was amazing. Of course, mine was. I just kept getting surprised about these slaps. Just slap. Like, okay, so I know I'm mad hype. So first off, let me backtrack. So, I'm getting everything ready, because y'all know I skate between music, podcasts, houses. I'm about to jump on Turo. And I got 9 to 5 too. I went back to that because it's gravy. First off, let me address this. Men, if don't never feel like you're beyond a 9 to 5. I'll say that by saying this. If you have a family, and let's say you have to provide insurance for your kids, for your wife, you need certain benefits, and let's just say you don't want to spend all your bread that you get hustling, however you get it. You don't want to spend all that bread on insurance and doctor bills and all that stuff. I suggest you get a 9 to 5 with good benefits until you can offset that price. For me, the price is big. So back to the cut. Back to it. So I wake up Friday morning, and I just hear, oh my God. And we all talking music a lot this pod. So if you ain't here for the conversation, then just go on somewhere else, because we talking music this pod. So anyway, I wake up Friday. I'm getting my coffee and stuff ready. Got a bagel. I'm about to walk out the door. And then I turn the radio on, right? I normally don't listen to the radio in the mornings, because I just be in my own zone. Sometimes I'm on meditation stuff. Sometimes I'm listening to the audiobook. Sometimes I just feel like having silence. Sometimes I want to turn up. Y'all see me on Instagram all the time. So this particular morning, I turned the radio on, and I heard, yo, if you ain't, in his head cracks voice, yo, if you ain't heard Kendrick Lamar's verse, is crazy. He came in slaughtering everybody, let y'all know who he was, what he was talking about. And I was like, Kendrick Lamar, I don't know Kanye about to come out with something, but Kendrick? Nah, I don't know about that. So I go to iTunes or Apple Music, for the new timers. Go to Apple Music, and I see Kendrick Lamar. I see a cover. It looks like a regular Kendrick Lamar cover. I ain't gonna lie, because we've all seen the cover with him and 10 friends on the cover in front of a trap house in California or Compton. So I was like, all right, it might be something, whatever. So I turned this joint on, and I hear the Baby Keem guy first. So I'm just like, this ain't a Kendrick Lamar song. Like, Kendrick must be like a feature on it or something. So I'm gonna listen to it. I was like, all right, I hear it, cool. It sounds like everything that I hear in Atlanta. Atlanta runs the business right now, if y'all didn't know. So I'm listening to it. Cool. Then the beat change up. As a producer, anytime that beat change up in the middle of a song, you got my attention. Because it's like, okay, somebody know a little something about production. So I'm listening. You go to a little swing, go there. I'm like, all right, it's cool. Everything I hear, y'all got to think, I'm coming from a jaded place. I hear 1,000 versions of Drake, Migos, a little bit of like Snoop stuff, and then a lot of just West Coast influences and everything. And when I say West Coast, I'm talking about Mustard. You know, y'all know the beats. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, back to the story. I'm listening to the record, listening to it. Then I hear Drake come on. I mean, you understand? I hear Kendrick come on, and it sounds like Drake's swing. So I'm like, what is this fool doing? So I was like, tonight, I'm gonna on you top 5. Like, I hear this, I'm like, okay, is this a joke? Like, what is this? When he says, address me with 4 letters, that's a little bit further in the verse. When he said, address me with 4 letters, yo! We gotta let that simmer. Address me with 4 letters. If y'all didn't know, those 4 letters that I imagine he's talking about is GOAT. Period. Greatest of all time. So I'm like, all right, and then he's saying I'm snacking on your top 5 tonight, whatever. However he said it. I'm gonna mess it up because I'm bad paraphrasing. So I'm just like, okay, I'm hearing it. Then it goes to the little something, brother. So I'm like, okay, is he getting on? Is this a Drake, or is he getting on Big Sean? Are we tapping back into that control verse? Like, I can't remember. So then he says, I'm a old school Gemini. Kanye West say, but I'm old school Gemini. Listen. Yes, this is what I've been telling every rapper that comes to my studio. Stop singing. Like, why are you still singing? Okay, let me take that back a little bit. Some of y'all don't really know how to rap. Sing. It's cool. I'm here for it. I produce the beat for you if that's what you want. Cool. But if you can rap like this, rap. Yeah, straight like that. So I played that record back probably like a good 10 times. I'm not the whole record. I just Kendrick's verse. So I'm like, okay. And he's talking about a new flow coming soon. For who? I don't know. I like all of the Kendrick flows. I'm cool with it. So, but if it's a new one, I'm here for it. Let's try it out. So then, back to my regular life. On the phone, doing business, whatever, going to look at more property, getting my property ready for appraisal. And, we skate all the way to Sunday. And then voila, I see Donda has been released. So I'll give him a clap. Cause we gotta tap into it for a little bit. So when I heard that Kanye was releasing this project, I was like, wow, that was pretty quick. I imagined it coming out mid-September, early October. But anyway, it came out. So I'm hearing certain reviews. First off, when it's a whole album, I prefer to play it back a few times before I actually jump on live or I jump on IG, Facebook, whatever, to talk about it, because I want to sit with it, especially when it's one of the GOATs. And let me bring this back to y'all remembrance. Okay. When we first heard of a guy named Kanye West, he was producing Hove, J-Hove, Jay-Z, the guy, whoever you want to call him. He was producing him. So I was like, all right, cool. Came in, had a little bit of the De La Soul feel, but then he brought a different vibe to it. So I was like, yo, dope production. This is me in college, right? So then I hear Through the Wire. Crazy. I'm sold. Dude is dope as a producer, as an artist, as a writer, everything. Fashion, dope. We're going to cut from College Dropout to Late Registration. Late Registration almost kind of threw me off a little bit because I was like, what is he doing? I don't really get it, but it's still kind of dope. He had the Diamonds Off Forever record. He sampled that. And it was cool. I think Gold Digger was on that. Yeah, I think Gold Digger was on that record, on the album. Dope. Cool. So then the progression keeps going. Good Life comes out. Or The Graduation. So College Dropout. Hope you follow me. College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation. Fire. Production. I'm going to find some sound effects for y'all while I'm talking about music. But fire. And then he just started doing some more projects. I think 808 Heartbreak kind of was like, I don't really get it. But, you know, to say the least, Kanye introduced all these rappers to doing all these singy, songy type things what we see today with the auto-tune. So, if y'all didn't know, yes, do your research. Kanye was probably the first one to do it. Like he did it. So then he comes with the Yeezus stuff and all this stuff. You kind of lost me a little bit, but I'm going to rock with it because you are who you are. So that brings us to present day. The Donda album. Okay. What I hear when I first heard the Donda album, and I wish I could play some of the snippets, but I'm going to get like muted on YouTube, so I don't want that. So I'm going to just explain it. When I heard the Donda project, it came in with his mom's voice, the mom's name over and over. Donda, 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 Donda. It was a little weird. Just a little weird. just like, what is this? Like, Kanye, bruh. Like, I don't get it. I know it's something behind it, but I don't get it. And then I hear the next record with Jay-Z on it. I heard that a few times. Then I heard some more of the record. So I was like, I think right around number 7 or 8, I still was a little bit deterred because I felt like every record was incomplete. And I remember hearing Tunk do an interview talking about that. And he was saying that, you know, if he really wants to make sure he makes a good project, let that thing drop. And I mean, normally I'm not one of those give me a banger guy because I heard that for years and that's like so irritating for me. Give me a banger, give me a slap, make sure that joint quaking, whatever term they like to use when they're talking about producers' beats. So I wanted to cut them a little bit of slack for that, but it wasn't connecting. So then I kept hearing records. Then I went back to, the Off the Grid record. Okay. It was cool. But it felt like he was trying. What I know Kanye West to do is he's a great innovator. He does things which you have to play it back 2 and 3 times, maybe 4 times, and then you like, oh, this dude's way before his time. This album really felt like it was a therapy session, which I'm cool with that if you know how to box it up and make it digestible for us consumers, right? Every consumer does not think like a creative artist. That's 101. Make sure you etch that in. Every consumer does not think like an artist. So it's our job to make them feel something, right? Make them see something, see color, see texture in your music. That's your job. So I can't say I felt that for this album. And then I put it down for a little bit. I came back to it. It's still the same feeling. So Kanye, I hate to do this. I really do, but nah, that wasn't it, dog. That wasn't it. But then to take it a little bit further, we're gonna go to what really made it was a bad taste in my mouth, right? I saw Tunde, I think that's how you pronounce his name. I saw him post this on Twitter, and this takes us to the business portion of the Mad Lucrative Podcast. So I saw Tunde say, shouts out to everyone who worked on the Donda, because I know when y'all log into the BMI or ASCAP, everything finna be in dispute. Y'all are very selfless for putting the music first. Thank you. Tunde. No. Not acceptable. Not acceptable. Okay. First off, let's be real. We all know when Kanye does an album, it's normally going to have like at least, I'm going to say 3 producers on one beat. And then you're going to have a slew of writers. Mike Dean you already know Mike Dean going to take about 25%. It is what it is. He is credible. He's been in the business for a minute, but it is what it is. So, when you say, and this is what a lot of industry people do. Take note, y'all. When he says, y'all are very selfless for putting the music first. Okay, what that reads to me as a businessman now, it says, thank you for letting me take advantage of you while we put this music out. You know, we will get you straightened out soon. Let's disregard that we're still in the pandemic. Let's disregard musicians still have not been able to tour. Let's disregard how some people may not have had a certain placement of this magnitude in a minute. At least 3 years. Because the last time the industry was completely open was 2019. It's 2021. So 2019 to 20. Okay, 2 years. Right? It's almost 2022, so that's why I said 3. But let's make sure that we don't get in the space where people can take advantage of our art. Let's make sure we have certain things in place where, okay, if I want to be a part of this project, let me have the chance to say, nah, I'll wait until y'all send me a producer's deck, at least the first half. Producer's decks, take note, is what business people or industry conglomerates, businesses, that's how they pay producers. So your producer deck will entail these things: royalties, mechanical royalties, publishing, the breakdown of all, how much the artist has to sell before you could get a certain amount of royalty. If you want to sell your publishing off to somebody, this is what this is worth. This is what type of upfront money you're going to get in this producer deck. This is what kind of money you're going to get in the back end. I hear a lot of y'all mugs ain't even getting paid. Like, what kind of foolishness is... Look, that's retarded. Don't do that. Don't do that. Let me put you on the game. if you are a producer, if you are a songwriter, if you are a ghostwriter, I would say, because ghostwriters have rights. Don't get it twisted. A lot of the times when it comes to ghostwriting, you just can't go on record and talk about your the part that you took, your part that you played on that album. You can't talk about it, but that don't mean that you don't get your money on the back end. That don't mean it's somewhere in your paperwork. Yeah, so and so need to get 15% of XYZ. So if somebody wants you to ghostwrite something, get it in paperwork. So let me go back to y'all that's on this project. So if you are a producer, let's say you're a new producer. I'm gonna pick one of them out because I'm looking at the playlist right now. I'm looking at the album list right now. So Arrow Sunday. Okay, whoever Arrow Sunday is on God Breathe. Okay. In this case, you're gonna be one of the last ones to get paid. I'm gonna tell you why. All of the other producers, whether it's DJ Khaled, Ronnie J, Boy Wonder, Louis Bell, Warren Campbell, all of these bigger name producers are going to get their bread first because they have a relationship with the label. The label is Def Jam, Island Def Jam, Universal. Now, watch how this sounds, and this is why it's crazy. So if all these producers have a relationship with the label, Swiss Beats, another one, how hard is it for them to call whoever their rep is and say, hey, I heard Ye might be dropping his album soon. Can you keep a close watch on that so I can make sure I get my part? Oh, yeah, Swiss, don't worry about it. I'm going to send your producer's deck over in a minute. He gets it 30 minutes later. Easy. Boy Wonder, same thing. Easy. Who you going to call? I lost his name. Arrow Sunday. Who you going to call to get your publishing right? To get your royalties right? After you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people that produced on the song. If you break down 100%, 5 still gonna be skinny. Hella skinny. So artists, producers, don't fall for the okie doke. As I've been telling y'all, it's easier for you just to remain independent. I know it's easier said than done, but remain independent, make your brand big, and then sell what you want to sell to whoever you want to sell to. That simple, because now you're in a position to say, you can even go on your social media. If you big enough, you go on your social media, yep, Kanye dropped that and cease and desist orders coming soon. So, code, what Kanye did was a save. This is business, y'all. Don't think that this is ever personal. Don't ever think that. It is business. It is a rollout. So, you look at Kanye's post after that. Hey, y'all, this is trash. Universal dropped this album without me seeing nothing. I ain't know they were going to drop my album or nothing. This is crazy. I'm going to the label today. Y'all believe it? I don't. And guess what? You can't kill me because I'm here. It's cool. Like, what are you going to do? You can't mess with me. But anyway, I don't think that Universal dropped that unknowingly. I don't think Universal dropped that without Kanye having an idea that it was about to drop. Like, he's probably like, yo, look, Drake's about to come out. Our tab is about to be ran up, so let's go ahead and drop yours. We're going to get some steam behind it. Maybe you should even go on IG and say, hey, Universal dropped this. I didn't know they were going to do it. Oh my God, this is crazy. So if even the idea of Kanye taking the baby off the record, come on, y'all believe that? Don't get played. Don't play yourself. Don't play yourself. What happens in this business? If you didn't know. And I got a few more things to talk about in this pod. So don't go nowhere yet. But the illusion of something is always the sell. Remember that. The illusion of something is always the sell. So, if you're a regular consumer, you see that Kanye has been going back and forth with Kim. They're about to get a divorce if they haven't already. He's mentally unstable, whatever they want to say, blah, 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 blah. Kanye is very calculated. Don't get played. So if he says, I didn't know they were going to drop the album, how many people do you think felt sorry for him at that moment? They erased the idea of, Kanye being snooty, he's being an ass, all that stuff. It's like, oh man, Universal dropped this without him knowing. Let me go stream the song. I don't know what's what. Just listen to it. You played it. Guess what? Stream. Done. 10 more people done that. Played. Stream. Done. I think it's 150 million streams in, 2 days? A few days? Kanye, you did that. Great job. Marketing 101. Marketing 101. That's how that works. He played on the emotion of the listener. Whether you like the album or not, you still streamed it. I did. Guilty. Done. So don't get played. Next up, we're going to talk a little bit about some calculated risk and timing. Let's go. All right. And listen, let me let y'all know something. These beats that I'm playing, some of these beats I sent to Kanye already. Sweet revenge. But anyway, I know I'm crazy. I'm lame for that. But anyway, so when it comes to figuring out how you're going to make a certain business move, how you're going to build a certain relationship, how you're going to just maintain, even if that's just a thing, grow, all of these things. I think we underestimate the risk in timing. We do. I say this because if you paid attention to everything that's going on, whether that's in the news, whether that's in the music business, fashion, real estate, coaching, all of this stuff, it got to be timed right. I remember seeing David Shands from the Social Proof podcast. I remember him saying something about how his podcast grew the most during the pandemic because most of the people had to sit down. And there was some more stuff that he added to that. But I'll say that's true. Like, you can't underestimate the timing in which you do something. I remember, and y'all know I love going down memory lane. But I remember when I first got into the music business, and honestly, I'm one of the people, that's why I could talk about it for the longest. I was like a Kanye clone. A Kanye / Dr. Dre / Timbaland / Pharrell / Rodney Jerkins / I was just, oh yeah, you want to be like this? Done. Send it to you. Okay, you want that? Okay, let me do it again. You want to be like someone? Yeah, I was that guy. It took me to get into what's his name? I can't remember his name at the time. Leotis. He was over at EMI. I remember going to his office in New York, and he said something to the sound of, "You gotta find what's your sound. You gotta find what's different." Because I ain't gonna talk about that deal that y'all gave me a trash deal, but anyway, you gotta find your sound within what's going on in the business. That means don't deviate away from what's going on in pop radio too much, but do it just enough where it's off and it's hot. Then it'll be deemed as the new sound. We've seen it happen plenty of times in Atlanta music. I think the furthest I could go back is maybe Lil Jon, East Side Boys, Outkast, and that's as far as I can go back. Everything from then forward is a version of those, period. If you think of Earth Gang, Outkast. If you think of the Migos, Outkast. If you think of like Tip and all of them that had the hard stuff, Lil Jon and East Side Boys, it's all bridged somewhere in between. Even if you think of Usher, Justin Bieber, it's all together. But there was a certain amount of risk that had to come into play when it came to developing each artist and each artist's sound. I remember talking to Bone. He was telling me at Bone Crusher. He was telling me about how back in the day, like during the TLC days, and again, you look at TLC, you look at what's his girl name? Summer Walker. It's all correlated together. But he was saying that back in the day when they dropped songs, if a song didn't work, they let it sit for a little bit, for a couple months, and they re-release it as maybe another title, maybe a part 2, maybe a part 1, or a remix, whatever. And they kept trying the record until it worked. So we got away from that at some point, because we stopped taking the risk to make the song work, right? Artists, producers, managers, labels even, because I know when y'all looking. I know you looking. Be careful to not allow the artist to have that space to be creative. And let's try to give them a little bit more leeway to work a record. Just because it don't do a million streams in the first weekend don't mean it's not a hot record. That may just mean enough people hadn't seen it. It ain't been in front of enough people yet. It may just mean that the mix may need to change a little bit. It may mean something as simple as the artist said R instead of is in a certain part of the song, and it threw off the song. So let them go back and change it. But what I see y'all doing is trash and is lame. Y'all put an artist out, you pump them up, you saying this is, I got the new Migos. Yo, bro, I'm gonna make you a lot of money. Like, don't blow the artist's head up. Give them realistic expectations. Look, the album might not do good the first weekend. It might not even do good for the first 3 months. Let's be real. If you're a new artist, you got to get people used to hearing your voice on the radio, used to seeing you online, used to seeing your style, and then they're like, oh, you know what? I kind of like so-and-so. And then voila, you have a CeeLo Green. Then voila, you got 1,000 people calling T.I. the king of the South. He can't. I always say this to Rock, too, and every other artist that say that there's something XYZ. I'm fine that you believe that you are the king of something, or you are the GOAT, or you are, what is it? all the terms that y'all use to say that you're fired. Okay, cool. I'll go with it. But make sure you get to the point where everybody else starts to regurgitate the same thing. At some point, it clicked for T.I. when he kept saying, hey, y'all, I'm the king of the South. I'm the king of the South. T.I. stand like right here, right there to me. Like, short. But anyway, I'm the king of the South. I'm the king of the South. I'm the king of the South. Another album comes out. I'm the king of the South. I'm the king of the South. Eventually, everybody said, get what? T.I., that's the king of the South. We hit the whole South, too. Atlanta, South Carolina, Texas, Florida. Like, people adopted that because he believed it. He made other people regurgitate it, so they believed it, and they just spread the word. Now, anything that he dropped at that time, in that time period, anything that he dropped, done. Fire. 50 went through the same burn. Fire. Anything he dropped, he brought the game out. Oh, game crazy. I don't know what he's doing. Still fire. Sell. Young Buck, sell. Lloyd Banks, sell. Jay-Z did it to a certain extent with Rihanna. Sell. Done. He co-signed Ross. Ross is the biggest boss. You see what I'm saying? Like, at some point, you have to make sure you watch your timing. You have to make sure that you're in a line with where you're going. And I can't really put too much more on top of that. Like, it just is what it is. What either you gonna believe in yourself and make other people believe in you, or you're just gonna exist to be the weirdo. I've been a weirdo for a long time. Y'all like, thank you. I'll be the weirdo. Whatever. But last but not least, I want to make sure I point this out. My baby right here. Oh, my baby. Sponsored this shirt. If y'all ain't following her already, her name is Shameia Crawford. Shameia Music on Instagram. She out here killing the content game. If you want a shirt, make sure you go to the link below. It's going to be right here. Also, we still got Mad Lucrative t-shirts. I don't want them joints to stack up. And we got a sale going on for, what is it coming up? Memorial Day? Sale coming on, or Labor Day? Which one of it? One of them is for Monday. The sale will be on. So y'all will see the link down here for the books, for the t-shirts, as well as coaching calls. We are doing discovery calls for the whole rest of the month too. No coaching calls this month, just straight discovery calls. So if you need to know what you want to do in life, or if you need to figure out how to get some extra money, holla at me. I'm right here. It's not free. I have been expensive. So it's like, yo, okay, artists, up your feel for what things cost. If I charge $200, $199 for a coaching call, it's worth it. I'm gonna tell you why. Y'all remember little buddy I was telling y'all about little Gary that I was telling y'all about, that I coached him. Now he's getting to a bag. I told him, don't quit your job just yet. Just make your money, stack up. At some point, make sure you go ahead and exit out the right way. Buddy came in this week because he been getting some money. And I'm like, look, man, hey, I got to resign. And just walk out. Like, how you gonna just resign? Like, bruh, that's not how you quit a job. Now, I hate to say it, but I wouldn't hire him to come work for the company. But I'm proud that he's getting to a bag. And guess what? I coached him. Coached him for him to quit. This how this works. So for real, if y'all want to really get to some money, if y'all want to see some things change, or if you just need some extra money, holla at me. I'm here for you. And until next time, this has been the Mad Lucrative Podcast. I'm playing. See y'all next week, man. Peace.